Superman is a man of steel.
Superman is a man of steel.
He ain't no match for a Navy SEAL.
But he ain't no match for a Navy SEAL.
Chief and Soup got in a fight.
Chief and Soup got in a fight.
Chief hit Soup with some kryptonite.
Chief hit Soup with some kryptonite.
Soup fell down to his knees in pain.
Soup fell down to his knees in pain.
Now Chief's dating Lois Lane.
Now Chief's dating Lois Lane.
Left, 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 right, layup.
Left, 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 right, layup.
Left, left, keep it in, stay up.
Left, left, keep it in, stay up.
No right, layup.
No right, layup.
Lefty, right, layup.
Lefty, right, layup.
No right, left, right.
No right, left, right.
We love to double time.
We love to double time.
We do it all the time.
We do it all the time.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Inside the Team Room. I am your host, Rad, and I'm honored to sit with Brandon, Charlie, and our friend Kamal. And it's Kamal Ravikant, and I just want to talk about love yourself like your life depends on it. So go check out this book that he has just written. It's going to be out there where you can find it on Amazon or any of these notable places.
Yep.
And without further ado, Kamal Ravikant, tell me a little bit about yourself and what branch did you serve in, and let's hear it. Tell me.
Yeah, we were just talking earlier. You're from Macon, Georgia, and the first time I ever got to see Georgia was I landed in Atlanta. They put me in a bus and took me off to Fort Benning, and that was and shaved my head.
Fort Benning, Georgia.
Fort Benning, Georgia, shaved my head.
Which I would say Kamal, out of the three of us, is probably the least likely that someone would guess that he's a former military guy, right?
And I'm like very like I've been on like
maybe like Indian Guru.
Yeah, I've been on like major TV shows where I'm like very patriotic and very proud of having served my country, and it like throws people off because they don't expect that.
Right.
And I'm like, but that's what makes America great.
Well, being the first time meeting you, I would have never guessed you were in the military.
Yeah, but it's like, we all are different in our own ways, but be like if you serve, you become part of something bigger.
Which I think one of the cool things about the military that people don't get, it's not intuitive, it's like you're mashed together with all the different religions, races. One reason why I love New York City is because it's a very similar environment.
Well, I think they call it America.
Yeah. Well, you're forced to work with each other. But I only say it in the context when I moved to New York City, there's this bias and I think a lot of metropolitan cities towards the military, they think you're just a certain way. You must have like a bunker and a stockpile of weapons
you
buried
vote this
in
way,
upstate
you
New
think
York.
This way, you eat this way.
The co-op that I was trying to move into in the West Village didn't want to rent to me. They were like, well, we're just a little nervous. The real estate agent had reviewed all my financials. And in New York, the co-op board makes the decisions, and they say, well, we're just a little worried that Brandon's former Navy SEAL. Like, really? I don't know if he's going to get along with the rest of the building, which is a bunch of, I guess. Afterwards, I found out there's a bunch of gay guys, and I was like, just let me meet the guys. Right. And I met him, and they're like, okay, he's good, he's in. But
you're like, wait a minute, didn't this country start on immigration and people coming into New York and starting the whole country? Like,
and the military is one of the most, probably, the military experience produces one of the most compassionate person that, compared to the rest of America, because you go to places like Iraq and Afghanistan, and war is not pretty, but you go there and you experience all these different cultures, and you come back and you have a different view on the world. That's why I laugh at these guys, these heroes in these social media chat rooms, like kill them all, let God sort them out. I'm like, dude, if I dropped you in Ramadi with Charlie, you'd wet your pants like a baby. So anyway, I just want to say
OPSEC on Instagram.
Not to hijack Kamal's.
No, that's I totally agree.
Kamal, tell us.
So I was a 11 Bravo.
So infantry.
Infantry.
So you got a blue cord wrapped around your shoulder.
I remember
braid.
One of the proudest moments of my life was wearing that blue cord.
I bet it was, dude. The sky is blue because of you.
Then we used to run by airborne school where you went. And then I went off to the 10th Mountain. I'd already chosen 10th Mountain before.
With like Matt Eversman and.
Yeah. I like mountains. I've climbed since then because of the 10th Mountain. I've literally climbed the Himalayas and done all this stuff. Kind of keeping in tradition with the 10th Mountain guy. Everywhere I go, I'm like, well, I'm a 10th Mountain guy, so I got to go up that peak.
Up the mountain. Where should we go? Should
I got to get to the top of that mountain.
No, the mountain. Go to the top of it.
And there's a lot of pride and history behind the 10th Mountain.
There is.
And
Colorado?
No, Fort Drum, New York.
Okay.
the best swamps of your life.
I'll let you vouch for that.
Yeah, Fort Worth, New York, clearly.
Oh, you get in northern New York, it's country.
Yeah,
It gets country quick.
yeah. I've had, I think, hypothermia a few times up there.
Yeah.
You know, and did that, and then, you know, when I finished, I went off to college, did the reserves, and then I was kind of like drifting for a while, traveling around, backpacking, and I started writing because I really, like, Hemingway was a huge influence on me, and I just wanted to study Hemingway obsessively, someday write like him. And, you know, Hemingway is a man who lived, who went off and lived in wars. He went off, you know, thank you.
I just want to show this a little bit more. Hemingway and Kamal, okay,
I mean,
in the
Hemingway
same
was
Hey,
conversation.
was it Hemingway that said, I feel sorry for people who don't drink because when they wake up in the morning, it's the best they're going to feel all day?
I don't know. What
Was
it
that
sounds
Hemingway?
Like. I don't know.
I think that is
It sounds
Hemingway.
like him or Hunter S.
Maybe I
Thompson.
can set
you
it
know?
like this while we sit here, okay, just to make sure that name gets out there.
You know,
No.
he actually said that war is the best training for a writer. You know, because you get to see life in such a real, visceral way that you normally don't ever do. You're not writing from theory.
But you get to
know,
see
and-
people in their real form.
Yeah, no shit. I
Like
mean, he went
true-
off
True form.
and volunteered in the, I think, the First World War when he was 17, before we were even involved. And so anyway, then I went off to Silicon Valley, and startups were starting to happen, and I found my thing. You know, like I always tell people who are out of the military, I'm like, look, I don't care what you did, go off and join a startup. First of all, you have a chance to make a fortune very quickly. You know, that's just the world that is. Second is if you're mission driven, if you can execute and you're like relatively smart, you don't have to be a genius, just relatively smart, you're gonna do great. A startup is just solving fires. It's literally just you're building something from scratch, you're solving fires every day.
Right.
A lot
What
of,
is it-
lot of common sense.
It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, common sense.
Control Alt Delete.
Yeah.
Why do I have to always do it?
Yeah, it's like I never forgot Drill Sergeant Smith in boot camp. He told us once, you know, education is a motherfucker, but common sense is a son of a bitch. Never forgot that, right? If you have that, you're transitioning out and you know what to do. There's plenty of organizations out there that will like help veterans get into startups, and I'm involved with some, and like he's involved with some, and we're really passionate about it because like you can go and create a whole new mission, a whole new life. I end up building companies that went public. I get to like, you know, hang out with people that you know of that, you know, companies that we all use. I was somehow involved in them because I just kind of threw myself in.
Well, yeah, you probably found a way to get in because you were passionate about
I literally
helping,
went in.
and so
No, I literally went in and just started knocking doors and applying,
Right.
not getting it. Eventually, someone was like, "You look like a guy who can get shit done,"
Yeah.
and they hired me for that.
Yeah.
No experience, nothing on my resume that would get me in, and eventually at that company, I got called the can-do kid. You know, that was like a military training. You just do it. You don't like say,
Perseverance.
you don't sit and bitch and, well, you do bitch and moan a lot in the military, but you still do it.
Right.
Right. And they're not really used to that in the civilian world.
no, there's like
You
the
can bitch and moan all you want, but you're still going to do
You're
it.
still gonna do it. Yes.
team
Yeah.
guy versus friend guy. It's like, you know, you're on the team, but are you the team or the friend? You know, it's like, are you having to ask to have the trash taken out, or are you taking it out for the team leader because he's got so much mission to write for you to go do your job that you take the trash out for him?
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know,
look-
it's like, I learned that from your team 3 guy years ago at Shasho. Oh, what's his name? He runs that company down Phoenix. But anyways, he was just like, what's the difference between a team and a friend on the...
Well, it's respect for leadership. If you got a good leader, dude, you'll do anything for him.
Yeah.
If you got
Yeah.
a horrible leader,
Yeah.
it doesn't work out.
It
Leadership,
becomes like that whole
leadership
bro
is
thing.
huge.
It's like, yeah, bro, I'll take the trash out. And you go down the chain. You know, hey, bro, take the trash out for the boss.
But so Kamal was in the neighborhood. We live in the same neighborhood, and my apartment in New York, we're like a block from each other.
Yeah.
So I literally text him like, "Hey man, come down here and hop into this team room series we're doing."
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for having me, man. I'm always like, you know, a little shy about this because look, I served, but you guys really served. So
Yeah,
like,
for
I'm
sure.
like really
And I
honest.
feel that
Got it.
same way
Got
too,
it.
but I mean,
Everybody really serves.